Hi, and greetings. It's Tuesday and the 20th, and we're happy as always to have you being a part of the program. Tonight's headlines will cover a couple of events, both of which were included in last night's 60th annual awards presentation at the Paintsville Johnson County Chamber of Commerce. They touched on an earlier event yesterday, a ribbon cutting ceremony, groundbreaking, earth-shattering in a lot of ways as far as technology and opportunities are concerned in eastern Kentucky and how it applies to the Mayo campus, and a whole lot of other folks which have come together to combine their resources. We'll talk about that, and we'll also go on to see who was selected as the large business, small business, business person of the year, who received the Community Service Award and the O.T. Dorton President's Award at last night's ceremonies. More of that meth arrest that I could only break to you last night with limited details and much other information. Well, that's going to be the majority of the program in a nutshell. We do have cameras right now, a camera at the North McGoffin Elementary School for tonight's McGoffin County Board of Education meeting and several other meetings which we've already covered and have scheduled throughout the week. So I don't know what's the difference, but it's a busy week, not to say the least, here at Your News Today, so be sure and stay with us for the rest of it. As far as your weather is concerned, we'll outline in detail the latest changes, of which there are a few to the forecast. High pressure, still large and in charge, a cold front without much oomph to it that will give us no precipitation, but some lower temperatures closer to where they should be. But that's days away. It's going to be summer-like as we get ready to welcome fall this Thursday and beyond. We'll talk about more weather-related details in just a few moments. Let's go ahead and pick it up with our first part of the story tonight, coming from Johnson County. Tonight's report is twofold, as was last night's annual Chamber of Commerce event in Paintsville, which recognized groundbreaking technology and support coming to the Mayo campus and eastern Kentucky, as well as recognizing this year's business and community leaders. We'll begin in that order as the Big Sandy Community and Technical College, along with the Paintsville Johnson County Chamber, hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Interapt Tech Hire East Kentucky facility yesterday, officially embarking on an initiative that is both a public and private partnership at Mayo with the purpose of developing a technology ecosystem that gives Eastern Kentuckians all the training, education, and resources they need to become computer coders. With this agreement, with this deal that has been struck between Interapt, the company, the college, and all the other individuals who have pooled their resources, Interact will provide all the training and then hire those people and give those jobs after they have completed the course. It was officially launched yesterday. It was also mentioned last night in great detail with the CEO of Interact and others being present at the 60th annual Paintsville Johnson County Chamber of Commerce Annual Awards, where the leader of Interact, if you will, was there, and we learned from which that Interact will be unlike other initiatives in that it will not start and fizzle out for lack of support.
You know, a lot of these initiatives start and they're not sustainable. They start and they end. They start and they end. And then someone comes up with another idea and they start it. The good part about this initiative that you're going to hear about today is that behind it is $2.75 million of Appalachian Regional Commission Power Grant money that will sustain and allow us to be able to train 300 coders and programmers over the next 3 years. We've embedded faculty into this program as well so that it's sustainable right here in Paintsville, Kentucky, as long as we need to be training those people.
The TEKY program has already got its first 50 members who will go through a paid training and internship program, and after they complete it successfully, they will be hired by the Interapt company, whose CEO is a serial technology entrepreneur, while Ankar Gopal has also been named one of Business First's 40 business leaders under 40. He is also proof that businesses and solutions like the one being launched this week can work in eastern Kentucky. Interapt being a company specializing in mobile apps and wearable technology solutions. In 2015, its CEO won the International Gardener Cool Vendor Award.
And everyone who I spoke to, I said, I think I'm going to stay in Kentucky, they said, you're going to fail. There's no way this is going to work. There's no way you can have a serious technology company in a state like Kentucky. This won't happen. Well, Google, we're one of 10 Google partners. We're an Amazon partner. We're one of 4 Nest partners. We won an award Dr. Stevenson mentioned that only companies like Twitter and Airbnb win. We have proven that we can train up a workforce. We've proven that we can deliver million-dollar solutions to some of the biggest companies in the Fortune 500. We've proven that we can continue to sustain our company even in other areas, and that brings us here to Paintsville. Why are we here? Why am I here? Because I've seen it firsthand that if you give someone an opportunity and you just give them a little bit of guidance, a little bit of coaching, they can do miracles. And I don't think and the word miracles isn't applied here, because I know there's intelligent people in Eastern Kentucky. We've seen it. There's intelligent people all over the place. What we're lacking, and what we're hoping to put our little dent on, is providing an opportunity. I'm very encouraged and very excited about it, and I hope you all are too, because you're going to see a transformative change out of Big Sandy and the people we're trying to skill up. They're going to be able to really, really make impact, really, really make a difference in not only their lives but in other people. I'm hoping that when they leave my company, if they want to stay and do a job, that's fine. They'll have a career there. But if they leave my company and start something else, and they start training 5 or 6 more people or hiring 6 or 7 more people, you're going to see tremendous ripple effect throughout your entire community, and your kids and your grandchildren will all be able to live in the town they want and be able to work at the job that provides for their family. And that's not just lip service. I can tell you 25 cities that have done the exact same thing, and we can do it here. Kentucky coal powered the industrial revolutions of the past 100 years. There's no reason Kentucky code can't power the information and software revolution for the next 100 years. The jobs we create today will be expanded upon in the next 10, 20, 30 years. Every company will need a good, strong workforce. I'm hoping to help do our little part of contributing to that, and that's why we are very committed to doing this in Eastern Kentucky.
As I said, TEKY's first cohort of 50 trainees have already begun their 33-week internship. They did so on the 6th day of this month, and those who complete it successfully will immediately be eligible for full-time employment with Interapt to continue developing its mobile and wearable solutions in healthcare, manufacturing, and workforce engagement. Now on with the rest of the 60th Annual Awards presentation, brought to you by the Paintsville Johnson County Chamber of Commerce, beginning with an announcement from the Chamber's president about a new initiative coming to Paintsville from a native of Paintsville. What Mark McKenzie spoke of as an interesting and non-traditional project in the works, bringing an opportunity forth to the community by one of its own.
From someone who's originally from Paintsville, we actually met and had him on a conference call at one of our economic development committee meetings. Some of you are familiar with Larry Marsh, who is from Paintsville. Larry he says he's not necessarily an entrepreneur, as he says, he's an inventor. Larry's been very successful in his invention business. Larry acquired the Murphy's building, as we know it, the Murphy's building, the building on the corner of Main and Port Street. And on the second floor of that building, he has a small space there that he is developing that is called a maker space. And maybe that's a concept that was not aware of until Larry brought it to our attention. But it's an interesting concept, and I wanted to make everyone aware of it because it's an opportunity. He has his organization titled the Innovative Centers of East Kentucky, but this maker space that he wants and is on the verge of launching on the second floor is one of those spaces where that if you have an idea of a product or some type of a technology product or even a physical product that you want to make, he is going to make available equipment in this space for a nominal fee, just to kind of help keep the lights on, so to speak, that you can go in there and you can have things available to you, tools that you might not be able to afford to have in your home. And so you will be able to go there and develop your idea. He's investing this with his own money. It's for people late teens into the adults. But as the program progresses forward, and Fran and I, and any of the board members would be happy to share information with you, but he obviously will need people to volunteer and mentor these folks who come in to try to develop their product and idea. So keep that in mind. If you're a retired educator who wants to contribute back, this is a great opportunity to help mentor and counsel those who are trying to develop ideas in this makerspace. So non-traditional, yeah, but does it need to be a component of economic development? Yeah, it does.
From there, we'll have awards for business leaders over the past year in Johnson County and Paintsville after a message or two. Stay tuned. For high-speed internet starting at 15 meg for all of your gaming, movie, home, and business solutions, or to watch TV, including your favorite local channels without a contract with hundreds of channels and digital and HD quality, and to stay connected 24/7 with friends and family, a direct line to 911, or to give your business the link it needs, choose telephone service you know is always there. Just click on their link on this site to find out how affordable the latest technology in communications can be. Foothills Communications. The other portion of last night's Chamber of Commerce meeting in Paintsville centered around an awards presentation, as they do every year, recognizing their Large Business of the Year, Small Business, Business Person of the Year, Community Service Award, as well as the O.T. Dorton President's Award, this time honoring a local historian.
This organization has been a family-owned business since 1974. Originally purchased from Howard and Remus Hughes when it was Hughes Plumbing, these owners helped turn it into a business that it is today. Incorporated in 1978, this organization has been serving Paintsville and all the surrounding counties since that time. It is now family-owned, and I'll name them after I tell you who it is if you haven't figured it out yet, with employees of over 20 highly trained individuals that do both residential and commercial plumbing, electrical, and heating and cooling. They also are in the rental business with over 50 properties available. This business is currently owned by Vanessa Berry and Joe Fannin. We would like to recognize this evening our Large Business of the Year, Fannin's Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Our Small Business of the Year, the current owners are lifetime residents of Paintsville and Johnson County. They purchased this business in November of 1997. With the addition of a complementary business in 2008. They have had locations in other areas throughout the year, such as Sayersville, Prestonsburg, Pikeville, Louisa, Ashland, Lexington, and Portsmouth, Ohio, with Paintsville being considered home base. This year's recipient of Small Business of the Year goes to Jimmy and Jane Ann Daniels, owners of Merrill Norman and the Monogram Shop. The winner of this year's Business Person of the Year came to Paintsville in July of 2010 as Executive Vice President and Chief Lending Officer at what was then Citizens National Bank, the current Citizens Bank of Kentucky. On July 31st, 2012, he took the reins of Citizens as President and CEO. He is a graduate of Eastern Kentucky University's College of Law Enforcement and received his MBA degree from Morehead State University. He has been a community banker in Eastern Kentucky since 1979, serving at the executive level for over 30 years. Having previously served as a director for 3 banks and 2 holding companies, accumulating over 25 years at the director level. Prior to his banking career, he served in the Air Force and Army. This individual currently serves as the Chief Executive Officer and President of Citizens Bank of Kentucky and Citizens National Corporation. He understands the importance of community and serves on boards or steering committees of Johnson Paintsville Chamber of Commerce, One East Kentucky, and Mountain Comprehensive Care Corporation. Please join me in recognizing this year's recipient of Business Person of the Year, V. Burton Bellamy. Our next award is for community service. From the very first meeting held in a small room on July 21st, 2011 by Susie Mullins Johnson to establish what would become this organization, and later the animal shelter, to now the members of this organization have been dedicated to creating a better life for the sweet, unwanted, abused, and abandoned animals of Johnson County by establishing a shelter. This organization obviously has had a great impact on our community, especially with the opening of the animal shelter in recent years. But please join me in recognizing this year's recipient of community service, Wags and Whiskers and Wags organization of the Johnson County Animal Shelter. Each year, the President of the Chamber is given the opportunity to choose a recipient for the O.T. Dorton President's Award. This year's recipient of the O.T. Dorton President's Award graduated from Paintsville High School in 1946, received an A.B. degree from Morehead State College in 1951, received an M.A. degree from the University of Kentucky in 1957, received a rank 1 from Morehead State in 1982. He taught at Old Springs School from 1953 to 1960, at Paintsville from 1960 to 1961. at Meade Memorial from 1962 to 1968, head of the Social Studies Department at Johnson Central High School from 1968 to 1993, and during this time, out of 1,215 chapters, young historians were state champions 3 times, runners-up 5 times. They dominated, as he said, the Young Historians program these years. During his teaching career, he belonged to the Organization of American Historians, having been nominated to that honor position by Thomas D. Clark. From 1993, this year's recipient did extensive research, writing, and speaking on the history of Eastern Kentucky, Southwest Virginia, West Virginia, East Tennessee, North Carolina, Southern Ohio, and South Carolina, with his contributions to this community and chamber too numerous to mention in our time this evening. This year's recipient was chosen some weeks ago and unfortunately passed away before having the opportunity to receive this award tonight. However, his grandson Nicholas is here to accept the award on behalf of his grandfather. Please join me in a hearty recognition of this year's recipient of the O.T. Dorton President's Award, Edward R. Hazlett.
Certainly a wonderful night at the Paintsville Chamber of Commerce. We'll have more headlines, though, to begin with what we can tell you on 3 meth-related arrests in Sagersville. Well, right after this blank space that I'm aware of, and following these messages. Stay tuned. More details on yesterday's meth-related arrest that took place on West Maple Street in Sagersville. I've confirmed only thus far that McGoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Neil Adams received a complaint through 911, dispatch advising him of potential drug activity reported by motorists on West Maple Street. Upon responding to the complaint, he located the vehicle in a parking lot just off of West Maple Street and 3 individuals, which he searched, as well as the vehicle. All 3 charged with similar charges after he found a quantity of meth and found them, he says, to be under the influence of the illegal drug as well, or at least drugs other than alcohol, pertaining to his arrest citations. All 3 were lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, and all 3 charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance in the first degree, methamphetamine, and public intoxication excluding alcohol. Those arrested were 37-year-old Don Cantrell, 34-year-old Lavesta Reisner, and 36-year-old Kendall Slusher. As I said, all of which are still in the Big Sandy jail at this hour. A few announcements I have on the calendar, just not on screen tonight. First off, from your McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar, don't forget that the Water into Wine Food Pantry has their regular food pantry date set for tomorrow, 8 till 3. It was senior day today, but it's the regular food pantry day tomorrow, 8 till 3, as they will break for lunch at 11:30 for an hour. That's tomorrow at Water into Wine. And I just got this in yesterday afternoon, so we want to make sure we mention it big and loud tonight because it's for tomorrow, in which Mi Hacienda is supporting the McGoffin County High School volleyball team. It's volleyball night tomorrow at Mi Haas with 10% of all proceeds going to the Lady Hornets volleyball team. So come out and support your girls, and your support will be greatly appreciated for that. So eat at Mi Haas tomorrow night. 10% will go to the McGoffin County High School volleyball team. Here's the rest of calendar announcements. A reminder, revival ongoing right now at the Sagersville Pentecostal Church through Saturday, 7 p.m. nightly. The McGoffin County Safe Coalition meets in regular session tomorrow, 1 o'clock. The public's invited. The meeting will be held at the McGoffin County Health Department. The McGoffin County High School dance team is sponsoring and hosting their first annual bass tournament on the Paintsville Lake this Saturday. Blast off is at 7. You can register between 6 and 7 or do so early by calling Philip Estep at 349-6085. It's $50 per boat, 2 people per boat, and a lot of cash prizes and free hot dogs and drinks during the weigh-in. Don't forget the Fall Fellowship Ride, sponsored by the Kearney Free Will Baptist Church, this Saturday, the 24th. That's this Saturday at 10. They'll leave South McGoffin Elementary at 10. You can register after 9, $20 per ATV. Lunch will be provided at Elkview. Call 349-1515 or 4343 if you need to know more. The North McGoffin Volunteer Fire Department is hosting its annual hog roast, soup, bean dinner, and auction this Saturday at noon at the shelter at the top of the Improvement Hill. That's right, live entertainment and food starts at noon. The auction starts at 2. It's just $6 per dinner. Kids 12 and under get in free. So bring the family, bring a lawn chair for a full, fun day of supporting your local volunteer firemen. And the Magafa County High School graduating class of '06 has their class reunion set for, that'll be their 20th, I guess. Doing a little quick math, at the Ramada Inn in Paintsville this Saturday at 7. It's $25 per person. If you have any questions, call 496-6399. And call me. Should you have any announcements like these, birthdays or anniversaries too, all you have to do is tell me. We'll tell everyone else. And we'll put the lid on this one with your Licking Valley RECC forecast, where there's not a whole lot of changes, just a whole lot of high pressure, which is almost always a translation for nice weather. We've got above average temperatures. Humidity levels are not following suit, so it's not, blistering hot as far as the muggies are concerned. But hey, it's still in the 80s, and that's still 10 degrees above where we normally are this time of year. But what's normal about Kentucky and eastern Kentucky weather? 57 degrees tonight, clear skies. Look for some more of that dense fog to linger for days tonight. In the morning for your Wednesday, we'll see sunny skies, 86, 59 afterwards. Clear skies tomorrow night, fog at the end of your Wednesday, fog at the beginning of your Thursday, mid-80s again, a low of 62, sunny, mostly clear. Friday, fog in the morning, 87 during the afternoon, sunny, mostly clear, low of 61. I don't have it on the screen, but more patchy fog Saturday morning, 85, 60, mostly sunny, only partly cloudy at most Saturday night. Sunday, 80 and 54. That's when this cold front, which doesn't have a whole lot of oomph to it, is going to take hold. It's not going to give us any rain and give us about 5 degrees off the old thermometer. With Sunday being right around 80, still patchy fog in the morning, we will see right around 80 again on your Monday as well. And I think the upper 70s by Tuesday of next week. Well, that's a wrap, as they say, for tonight. As I said at the start of the program, a whole lot of news and information still yet to come and already in the works, and we'll pick it up next time with more of your news today. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of the show.